The blizzard ended 4 hours ago. Power grid collapsed after the first transmission line went down under ice weight. Your neighbor tried to warm up his living room with a propane camping stove. He's unconscious on the couch, lips going blue from carbon monoxide he can't see or smell. Your phone still has 8% battery, but every cell tower within 12 miles is dead or buried. You have maybe 14 minutes before mild hypothermia shuts down your decision-making, and 60 before your core temp drops low enough to stop your heart. No worries. We're going to fix this using physics, trash, and questionable life choices. Phase 1. When the shivering stops. Shivering is your body's emergency furnace running at 400 to 500 watts, trying to keep your core above 35 degrees Celsius. When it stops, you didn't warm up. Your muscles ran out of fuel, and your brain temperature dropped below the threshold where coordinated movement is possible. You've entered moderate hypothermia. You have maybe 30 minutes before unconsciousness. The air inside your house is now the same temperature as outside, somewhere between minus 10 degrees Celsius and minus 25 degrees Celsius. Your body loses heat at 1,300 watts through radiation and convection. Your resting metabolism generates about 100 watts. You're cooling at 9 to 14 degrees Celsius per hour. Hypothermia hits in 10 to 20 minutes. Crumple newspaper between your clothes, flat paper conducts, crumpled paper traps dead air, garbage bags over your torso and legs as vapor barriers, taped at the edges. Sit on cardboard or foam, never the floor. Cold rises from concrete faster than air cools you from above. If you're not alone, huddle in a closet-sized space. 2 bodies will keep that air pocket above 10 degrees Celsius, even when the house is minus 15 degrees Celsius. Your body is a leaky furnace in a refrigerator that just ran out of fuel. This extends your conscious decision-making window from 15 minutes to 4 to 6 hours. Phase 2. The Propane Trap. Combustion in an enclosed space without ventilation will kill you faster than cold will. Carbon monoxide binds to hemoglobin 200 times more effectively than oxygen. You get drowsy. You lie down. You don't wake up. Meanwhile, that camp stove raised the room temp by maybe 3 degrees Celsius. Not enough to stop heat loss, but enough to poison you. A single propane camping stove burning for 1 hour in a sealed 12 by 12 bedroom will hit dangerous CO concentrations above 100 parts per million. Symptoms start at 70 parts per million. Headache, nausea, confusion. You'll think it's just the cold making you tired. Never use combustion heat sources in a sealed room. If you must, crack a window on the opposite side by exactly 2 inches, just enough to let CO escape without creating a wind tunnel. Better, use body heat clustering. 3 to 4 people in a small, insulated closet will raise the temp to 10 to 15 degrees Celsius without any fuel. If you're alone, build a micro room using blankets or plastic sheeting over a corner. Your body is an 80 to 100 watt heater. In a 2 cubic meter space, that's enough. A propane heater indoors during a blackout is a suicide booth with a thermostat. You stay cold but alive instead of warm and dead. Phase 3. The snow melt mistake. Eating snow or drinking ice-cold meltwater will drop your core body temperature faster than dehydration will kill you. 1 liter of snow at minus 10 degrees Celsius requires 334 kilojoules just to melt, then another 42 kilojoules to warm to body temperature. Your body has to burn that energy, which accelerates hypothermia. You're drinking yourself colder. Dehydration in extreme cold is insidious. You don't feel thirsty because vasoconstriction tricks your brain. But cold air is dry air. Every breath out is moisture lost. You're losing 1 to 2 liters per day just from respiration. By day 2, you're cognitively impaired. Melt snow before drinking using passive heat. Place a dark container in direct sunlight near a window. No sun? Fill a water bottle with snow, wrap it in a towel, and place it inside your jacket against your abdomen. It'll melt in 2 to 3 hours without dangerous cooling. Pre-warm the water before drinking. Hold the container under your armpit for 10 minutes. Drinking 5 degrees Celsius water instead of 0 degrees Celsius water saves you 21 kilojoules per liter. Eating snow to hydrate is like paying your heating bill with your retirement fund. Every calorie spent heating ice water is a calorie not spent keeping your brain and heart functional. Physics doesn't negotiate. Phase 4. The door. They'll kick in. Within 36 to 72 hours of grid collapse, desperation spreads faster than cold. Someone will try your door, looking for shelter, food, heat sources. No police are coming. The 911 system is down. A standard residential door is held by 3 to 4 screws into a pine frame. 2 solid kicks break the strike plate. Your deadbolt is security theater. Wedge a 2x4 or thick broomstick at a 45-degree angle from the door to the floor, 3 feet back. Physics wins. The wedge converts linear force to compression against the floor. No amount of kicking breaks physics. String tin cans or pots across entry points with fishing line at ankle height. Trip equals noise equals 10 to 15 seconds of warning instead of 0. Leave large boots visible outside your door. Duct tape a quarantine active illness sign on the door in shaky handwriting. Opportunists want easy targets, not biohazard gambles. If you hear someone testing doors, create noise from the opposite side of your space. Bang on a wall. Drop something heavy. Predators are risk-averse. They'll move toward chaos elsewhere. Your door isn't a safe. It's a suggestion. Human predation in collapse operates on effort-reward calculation. Every second of delay, every unexpected noise recalculates that equation. You don't need to win a fight. You need to not look worth the fight. Phase 5. The Frostbite Clock. Frostbite begins at minus 10 degrees Celsius in exposed skin within 30 minutes. Your home is now minus 15 degrees Celsius. Your fingers, toes, nose, and ears are the first things your body will sacrifice to keep your core alive. Blood flow to extremities shuts down at the first sign of hypothermia. Tissue freezes. Ice crystals form inside cells. Cells rupture. You lose fingers not because you went outside, but because you sat still indoors for 6 hours with wet socks and no gloves. Vasoconstriction is automatic below 35 degrees Celsius core temperature. Your body plays triage without asking. Brain and heart get blood. Everything else is expendable. Frostbite damage is cumulative and invisible for the first 2 to 4 hours. By the time you notice, the damage is done. Wrap hands in plastic bags first, vapor barrier, then stuff them into socks or mittens. Same for feet. Plastic bag layer, 2 pairs of socks. Then wrap the whole foot in a towel. Do not use direct heat on frozen tissue. Rewarm slowly using body heat only, armpit, abdomen, or another person's skin. Rapid rewarming causes crystallized cells to explode. Every 20 minutes, flex your fingers and toes inside the insulation. Movement equals circulation equals delayed tissue death. If you have to choose between insulating your hands and insulating your torso, choose torso. A warm core will eventually send blood to your hands. A cold core will let them die to save itself. Phase 6. The rescue delusion. During a major blizzard with grid collapse, response time is 72 hours minimum. And that's for major population centers. Rural areas? Add another 48 to 96 hours. Roads are impassable. Plows can't operate without fuel. Ambulances aren't coming. You are alone until the math of snow removal catches up to your grid square. The average person in a cold climate home without heat will hit dangerous hypothermia within 10 to 20 hours. Day 1 is survival. Day 2 is deterioration. Day 3 is where people start dying, not from the cold outside, but from failed decision-making, dehydration, CO poisoning, or desperate mistakes like trying to drive out or burning furniture indoors without ventilation. Identify the smallest, most insulated room in your home. Interior bathroom, walk-in closet, basement corner. Move all insulation, food, water, and people into that single space. A 6x8 bathroom with 4 people and passive insulation will stabilize at 8 to 12 degrees Celsius even when the house is minus 15 degrees Celsius. Eat fats and proteins first. They burn slower and generate more sustained heat than carbs. Sleep in shifts. One person monitors for CO buildup, checks for hypothermia symptoms, confusion, slurred speech, loss of coordination, and maintains noise discipline. If you have bright fabric, hang it outside a window facing the street. Rescue crews do visual sweeps for signs of life. Hope is not a survival strategy. Accepting the 72-hour timeline calms you. You stop checking the window every 10 minutes and start executing the plan. Phase 7. The Thaw Trap. The thaw creates 3 new killers: flooding from burst pipes, black ice causing falls and crashes, and carbon monoxide poisoning from people turning on generators or grills indoors now that they think it's safe. Pipes that froze will rupture when they thaw. Water expands when it freezes, cracking the pipe wall. When it melts, you get flooding inside walls and ceilings. Mold starts growing in 24 to 48 hours. Do not turn on heating systems immediately when power returns. Wait 30 minutes. Inspect for gas leaks. Check that vents aren't blocked by snow. And listen for weird sounds. Open cabinet doors under sinks to let warm air reach pipes as the house slowly warms. If you hear dripping inside walls, shut off your main water valve immediately. One cracked pipe can dump 400 gallons into your walls in an hour. Treat every outdoor surface as ice for the first 48 hours after temps rise above freezing. Shuffling steps, no running, hands out of pockets. A fall on ice with hypothermic reflexes means broken bones or head trauma. If you're using a generator, grill, or kerosene heater post-storm, run it outside only, 20+ feet from any window or door. The relief of "we made it" has killed more people via CO than the storm itself. The thaw is the storm's encore, the part where everyone thinks the show's over and stops paying attention, and that's when the chandelier falls on your head. Phase 8. Psychological warfare. In a 72+ hour scenario with no external support, your biggest enemy is boredom-driven stupidity and fear-driven panic. People do fatal things when they're scared and idle. They go outside just to check. They burn toxic materials indoors. They pick fights because cabin fever makes everyone an asshole. If you have a phone with battery left, download a dog barking sound effect and play it on loop near your door at low volume. Intruders don't want to fight a dog in the dark. You just added 30 seconds of hesitation. If you're using candles at night, place light in a back room, not the room you're actually in. Anyone watching sees light in one area and assumes that's where you are. You're 2 rooms away with a sight line to the door. Periodically make loud, erratic noises, banging pots, yelling nonsense, slamming doors. Random aggression signals mental instability. Opportunists avoid unstable targets because they can't predict the response. And bring a deck of cards, a book, a notebook, anything that keeps your brain engaged. Idle brains make desperate decisions. Psychological warfare costs you nothing but spite, and spite is the only renewable resource in a collapse scenario. The storm is theater, violent, visible, and short. It's the aftermath that kills you, the slow math of heat loss, the invisible accumulation of CO, the cognitive collapse from dehydration and hypothermia, the desperation of people who didn't prepare, and the false relief when the snow stops, but the infrastructure is still dead. Every principle here comes down to physics and psychology. Your body is a 100-watt machine losing 1,300 watts in a freezing room. Insulation slows the bleed. Combustion indoors is a trade of warmth for poison. Water is life, but ice water is hypothermia fuel. Humans are predictable under stress. Noise, misdirection, and fake signals exploit that. And time is the real killer. 72 hours minimum before help arrives, and every hour you're cold, dehydrated, or afraid is an hour closer to a fatal mistake. The people who survive aren't the ones with the best gear or the biggest guns. They're the ones who understand that survival is boring, uncomfortable, and requires you to do 15 annoying things correctly in a row while your brain is screaming at you to do something, anything else. You're not trying to be invincible, just harder to kill than the environment around you.